Hello everybody, AOG Gaming here, back with another video. So this is what I was talking about. Yeah, either champagne for a few or safe drinking water for all. So, yeah, WEF and WHO needs to disappear. We basically need to make governments disappear, because they are not made for the future. They were made for the fucking 1900th century. And what did they do? They ruined the next century. They ruined everything in the fucking future. Why? Because every single fucking government system that has been put into place since its fucking conception has not been its priority on has not had its priority on sustainability. Expansion and profit has been its greatest priority. And as a result, people have been fucked over, the common people. And it's so fucking easy to see. You literally don't have to do anything other than a look. Watch a couple of videos, see the markets. You should see what is happening. So, I think it's time for people to revolt. Let's buy as many guns as possible, go to the White House, start shooting people. It's really the only way people are going to listen. I know people are going to be like, oh, that's controversial. No, it's not. It's our fucking right. If you're going to take away our future, if you're going to starve us until we disappear or die, and if you're going to keep us quiet and ignore us while we're deliberately telling you that you are all fucking horrible and that if you don't stop, we will come after you, then we will do the exact thing that we said we will do. We will come after every fucking person who has ruined humanity. Companies should no longer be allowed to invest stocks or own cryptocurrencies. Governments should be the exact same. Government should be there for sustainability and protecting the fucking people, not there for profit and only gains. That is literally what the fucking US government is doing. Since its inception, all it has done is take from its people and has not given back. Literally. The only thing it has given to its people are the rich people. It has given them the ability to pretty much make a company and do whatever the fuck they want with it. And the problem with that is you are liable as a person. A company counts as an entity as well as a person, but they are not liable for anything illegal. They get fucking pardoned like left and right, like it's nothing. So companies, people in companies, people who own companies can do some horrible, horrible shit. And the American government lets them do it because it's profitable for them. So, like, I just want you to hear this.
The world is becoming a more and more unequal place as wealth is concentrating in fewer hands. The humanitarian organization Oxfam reported that between 2020 and 2023, the wealth of the 5 richest billionaires on Earth more than doubled, whereas 5 billion human beings got poorer. That is, over 60% of the world got poorer. But this kind of inequality is not a product of nature. It is not something that we can't avoid. It is a product of government policy.
Thank you! Somebody fucking said it. The government's fault. It's all the fucking government's fault. 100%. 100%. Because even if people aren't educated enough to understand the government is corrupt and is fucking them over, the government shouldn't lie to people in any way, shape, or form. When it does that, it's not a government. It's its own fucking entity. It is separate from us because we do not lie, or at least people. Well, I guess everyone lies. That's not true. Lies are put everywhere. But lies that literally affect the future and livelihood of people should be illegal. You should be literally given the death sentence if you are literally doing the same thing for other people. And it's even worse for them because they have to suffer before they die. They have to starve. They have to have all this stress as they're slowly losing financial stability. They have to lose their family, their loved ones, or they just end up all on the street. So, again, all we need to do is start killing rich people. That's all we do. That's all we need to do. And it is ridiculous, alright? It is fucking ridiculous that there is 5 people in the world that have so much fucking wealth that they literally control the world. The fact that that is a thing is telling me that people have fucked up. Our ancestors fucked up. It's okay to respect your ancestors, but when they're being fucking retards and ruining the future just for their own benefit, it's okay to curse them out because they literally ruined the fucking future. That is not someone who I am proud to call my ancestor. That is someone who deserves to be raised from the dead and tortured and killed again. Honestly, 100%. So, what I'm trying to say is that people need to revolt. We need a revolution. It is fucking time. If you think life is going to get better, then you are fucking delusional. Because it has been getting worse for a fucking decade now. And ever since COVID, it has gotten exponentially worse. And since then, it has gotten it's so bad now, it's not even funny. Literally, like about 98 or I don't know what the statistic was. There's a lot, the high 90s amounts of people, percentage of the world, are not making enough money in the U.S. right now. They're basically living paycheck to paycheck in order to sustain themselves. Only 3% of the U.S. economy or the U.S. citizens are making enough money to not be living paycheck to paycheck, to not be in debt, and to be fine. So the top 3%. What this is showing me is that boomers, millennials, y'all are some fucking retarded people, and I hope you fucking understand. Because whatever your situation was back then, it is fucking nothing compared to what it is now. You could have worked at McDonald's and bought a house, rented an apartment, and lived a decent life. So don't fucking talk shit. Because I can work at McDonald's now and barely even survive. I'd probably go homeless working at McDonald's. That's how bad it is. So yeah, it's just pretty fucking sad that our ancestors let this happen. I mean, how hard was it to fucking see? The market kept crashing. So you know that the market is not sustainable for the future. So why don't you fucking fix it? Because people are aggressive and greedy. All they care about is themselves. And that human mentality is what's ruining us as a species. Everyone just wants to give a shit about themselves. You should care about ants. You should care about spiders. You should care about birds. You should care about dogs. You should care about every microorganism and living being in existence because life is temporary. It only exists for a finite amount of time. Destruction is easy. Destruction is pretty much the lowest state of energy after destruction, obviously. The lowest state of energy that the universe wants to be in, which is okay, like it doesn't want that like technically the universe doesn't want life in the terms of it doesn't want it to exist forever. Like it eventually gets destroyed, right? Black holes swallow up everything. Usually galaxies end up swallowed by their own massive super black hole. So it just goes to show that people are really just stuck on the part about humans and the fact that we are all horrible. We are not fucking humans first. We are beings. I am. I think, therefore I am. I be. You are a fucking being. You exist. You move. You do what you want. Just like a fucking ant does. Just like a butterfly does. Just like a worm does. Just like a tree does. You exist. Sure, there's a lot of things in a lot of beings in the universe that can't think the way we do, or they don't have a what we call it consciousness or free will, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It is life. And that's the problem that we've had since the very fucking beginning of the inception of our species, is the fact that we think because we are superior, which we aren't. There is in no way, shape, and form that you're superior to a bear. You would lose to that fight. Or a tiger. We are not superior. We just think better. That is different. Instead of killing tens of thousands of or hundreds of thousands of species every day, we could have realized that sustainability is really the only way to keep the future and keep expansion stable. Because this is what happens, right? People are going to start dying. There's already a homeless population that's out of control. So, again, it's really not that hard to fix the world. All we gotta do is destroy the governments because it is not useful for the future. It was useful for the 1900s. It's not gonna work. It obviously hasn't been working. People are like, oh, what do you mean? I've been living fine. Yeah, that's your own personal fucking experience. What about the people who experience the crashes, huh? What about the next people who are going to experience the next crash, huh? Yeah, shut the fuck up, okay? It's not about you, it's about the bigger picture. So, again, even though it works temporarily, that doesn't mean it's a good system or that it should continue to exist. That fucking simple. So, again, it's time for revolution. The world has fucked us over, and they deserve to be fucked in retrospect. Every rich person needs to be jailed, and then we need to bring their loved ones in front of them, torture them, kill them, and then we do the same thing to them. Because the amount of atrocities, the amount of people that have died from their actions alone, or have gone into poverty, or pretty much just had their lives ruined, is billions of people. Literally, the world itself is crumbling, and I mean people, because that is the world. It doesn't matter if you have money, that's a superficial thing. If the government didn't exist, if currencies didn't exist, your money would mean fucking nothing. If nobody held value to it, it wouldn't mean fucking nothing. So again, people are what's important. Not fucking money, not resources, not being the smartest, not being the strongest. It is about supporting everybody, keeping everyone together, making sure sustainability is a priority, and then expanding based on that sustainability. Like the fucking logic that people go through when they made the government, I'm like, so the common people just fucking went with it. Like, oh, so it's a system that will eventually collapse just in terms of saturation, market saturation, because there's only so many people in the US that you can sustain at one time with the amount of money that is available in the economy. Otherwise, they have to keep printing. Oh, what happens then? We get inflation. Oh, what happens after that? A fucking market crash. So, again, the system itself is flawed, it doesn't work, and people have been taking advantage of the public. So, we need to make sure to reverse that and bring back karma. That is how the karmic cycle works. If the karmic cycle did not exist, then people wouldn't be doing that, right? But the thing is, we have to show them that there are consequences to their actions. Because if we don't, we're basically just heading into a dystopian future. There's going to be like 10 people who control all the wealth in the world, and not just the and if they control the world, they control the world literally. They control markets, they control this. That's why governments right now are controlling cryptocurrencies and the stock markets. They shouldn't be allowed to spend a single fucking dime into those things, because guess what? Whose money is that? It is their fucking citizens' money that is being put into the stock market and the cryptocurrencies. So what happens when the government sells? It ruins their citizens' investments. They are stealing money from their own fucking citizens because their citizens let them. Just make it illegal for the fucking governments to own cryptocurrencies or that. It's that fucking simple. But the problem is that the government is so corrupt and it is so influential and strong and has control over everything: propaganda, the news, fucking markets, your literal, like how much bread, like they literally control every aspect of your life. I don't think people understand. There's 5 people in this world who control every aspect of your life. Maybe not directly, like they're not like, oh, raise the price of bread. No, but they're like, oh, spend money here, send money over there, and take all this money out from here and put it in this place. So where they took the money out from, everyone who had their money in that place, now they're fucked. So if this is a system that rewards people that have a lot of money, rewards people that have a lot of money for taking money away from other people, then it's not a sustainable system. It means that all of the wealth will be pulled up to the few elites, and that's it. Like it's really not that hard to think about it, people. I don't understand why it's taken this fucking long for somebody to understand this. Literally, companies have ruined the world, and it is because governments have allowed them. So we need to get rid of companies and we need to get rid of the government. People are said this is gonna crash the society. Society is already fucking collapsing, okay? China is in a fucking shit show. Japan is actually doing better than us, which is funny. But they're still in kind of a recession, I think. UK is just, I don't know. They burned Paris. I don't know what the fuck is happening in the UK right now. It just seems like there's a lot of bad shit going on. My point is, if you keep the system the way it is, it's only going to get worse for the common person, and the middle class is pretty much gone already. So what we need to do is hold people accountable. That's simple. If the law isn't used in the way that it should be, if it isn't fair, then why should we follow those laws? Why should we adhere to a system that is specifically made to hinder us only and keep us in check only, where the few elite can do whatever the fuck they want? Like, I'm not even joking. Who do you think is the highest investor in human trafficking, in drugs? It's literally rich people. Who else would? Who else would be spending that much money? Like, I think people need to understand. When people talk about the matrix, they're talking about the people who have the most wealth in the world, because they are literally the ones that control it. And the only reason they were able to do that is because the governments and companies have supported them thus far, because they are also making money, egregious amounts of money. And it's not their own money, it's money from their citizens that they are taking so that they can use and invest somewhere else. So again, countries are stealing from our own governments are stealing our futures, our livelihoods, and our existence. Like, we literally cannot survive off of this fucking meager, like, inequality of economic, like, it's just bad. Everything is fucking bad, all right? Everything is fucking bad. So yeah, I think it's time for a revolution. If you have guns, if you have fucking armor, it's time to strap up. It's time to walk down to the fucking White House and show them they can't just fucking do what they want and take our future away. That's simple. I think that's gonna be it. Yeah, that's all the energy I had in me. Now I just feel like collapsing, but it's because I'm starving again. Every fucking male between the ages of 18 and up that isn't in a privileged situation is pretty much experiencing this right now. So I'm there with you all, and all I gotta say, it's time for a fucking revolution. If they don't want to fix anything, the mass sheep that they call citizens, the 70% of people out there that don't have a fucking clue what's going on with the country and are simply just following whatever the fuck happens in the news, or whatever their governor or their representative of their state says, those people are absolute trash, and we need to get rid of them. The best way to get rid of them would to be educate them, because then we have more people that can contribute to society. The problem is the government doesn't give a shit about educating people, because then they can't make money off of dumb people, because then they'll be too smart to understand. So what you need to do is say fuck the government and teach just like financial education to everybody in the US. Spend all of the money you're putting into the fucking military for a useless war that literally nobody in fucking America cares about, except for all the immigrants that came over here. Literally use that money to educate our fucking public so that they can make a better government and get rid of all these fucking stupid government policies that pretty much just ruin the future. I'm not even joking. They are literally ruining the future. Why do you think we've had such hot fucking summers? Because nobody has given a shit about global warming for the past fucking 100 years. Why? Because the governments will not focus on it. It is so simple. You just have to realize that fossil fuels are the problem, but they're making so much money off of it, they can't do that. They will literally kill the planet and rather travel to Mars with their fancy fucking technology, because they have all the money in the world, than save the planet that they have already shitted on, because they don't care. They really do not care about us. And I'm telling you, in 10 years, this planet is fucked. We are going to have global warming to the point where it's impossible to fucking fix the planet. And what's going to happen? The rich are just going to leave us here to die. Just like we're dying right now. So it's time for a revolution. Everybody, it's time to grab knives, pitchforks, torches, guns, and start killing these fucking bastards that are killing us back. Fight fire with fire. Don't stand up to this shit. Don't be a pussy. Be like our ancestors. Fight for your rights. Because that is your God fucking given right. To fight for what is yours and what is rightfully yours. It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. You can say it's controversial, but at least I'm not a fucking sheep like you who just sits around and does fucking nothing. At least I speak my mind and tell people the right action, the course of action that will actually make a fucking change. Because you give me an idea, and I'll tell you right now, it won't change anything. Because people won't get a physical punishment. Physical punishment is such a disciplinary action that it has I mean, it was illegal for a reason because it literally puts people in a state of subservience. But that is what we need to do to some of these people because they won't understand any other way. They are literally mentally ill with fucking greed and power to the point where they do not see their destructive tendencies are destroying everything else around them, and they are the only ones that are going to survive. So they're literally killing their own species because they're too blinded by money and greed. Again, that is not somebody who should be in power or be leading the country. Donald Trump, Joe Biden, two very good examples. Donald Trump brought us back 4 years in whatever Barack Obama did to fix the fucking country. Joe Biden made it worse. He said the economy was going to be great. Oh, it went to absolute shit. And then he has the gall to go up on fucking stage and say, oh, this is the greatest economy we've ever. Shut up, you old fucking fuck. Seriously, I really hope nobody votes for him because he is not going to fix the economy. Neither is Trump, but at least Trump will make the US crash faster. Now, I know people say that's a bad. I think that's a great thing. We need to have the US market crash completely so that people understand that this is going to keep fucking happening. This is literally a cycle that repeats, and the only way to break it is to destroy the system that created the cycle in the first fucking place. It's literally that fucking simple. Ah, yeah, I could be the president and make a fucking great country. It would not be that hard. It's literally not that hard. Everyone's like, oh, democracy or a republic. And I'm like, those are terms people used since fucking ancient Greek. We don't need to use old terms for a new society. Sustainability, science, and technology. Sustainability of our people, sustainability of the climate, science in general. We want to make sure we're not destroying the fucking planet we're on any further. Like it's really not that hard to build a society that is sustainable, that doesn't have all these fucking market crashes and isn't adhering to the top few just because that's the way it's going to make money. Money would have no value if it wasn't valued. That's simple. If it wasn't used in transaction, like again, the future will eventually be with cryptocurrency, so the dollar will pretty much lose its value. It's imminent. It's not a thing that you can stop. It's a thing that's already happening and it will continue to happen until it is done. Only way we can stop it is make sure that this crash happens and that it happens for real so that people, especially the ones at the top, understand we are coming for them. They can run, hide as much as. All right, well, my fucking mic decided to cut off. I just my headset just turned off for no fucking. I guess it's because I wasn't playing anything.
And the reality.
But it's just it's crazy to think that this is exactly what's fucking happening to us. When I'm like, if I was back then, I would have fucking argued against this the entire time. What do you want to make a government where there's no sustainability backing our fucking currency, or the fact that inflation is a thing and that it will just cause an entire collapse eventually? How the fuck are you going to say that's a good system for now and for the future? I think people need to understand that. They're like, oh, don't blame your ancestors. Don't blame the people for destroying. They didn't know any. Yes, they did. Of course they knew fucking better. But they still did it because they're greedy little fucking cunts. That's why. It's that fucking simple. Greed is literally the poison that is killing us all. And the greed is literally being condensed all at the top few elites. I don't say elites because they're not smart. Let's be honest. I know more science and math than they'll ever know. Maybe if one of them took a calculus course or an engineering course, then they would be similar to me. But the thing is, all they know how to do is steal money. So if you put them in a working job, they wouldn't be able to go far. Maybe some people do. There's some people who bring themselves out of poverty, and great, those are great people. But what do? They say, oh, I'm donating to charity, I'm doing all of this. You're still investing in the crypto market, you're still investing in stocks. The problem is that those people aren't doing anything wrong. In fact, they're in their rights. That's how the system should work. The problem is that it also detriments other people. When when an individual gets rich, there is an insurmountable amount of people themselves that are getting poorer as you get rich. Because that is just how the system works. It shouldn't work that way. It should not work that way. That is a flawed system that could only lead to collapse every fucking few decades, like we're seeing. So again, we need to take up arms. We need to show them they can't do this, and we need to start killing rich people that are slowly poisoning and killing us all. Thank you all for watching. AOG Gaming here. 206 subscribers last time I checked. Yeah, that's all I got to say. It's time for a revolution. Otherwise, we're all gonna die. Everyone is like, oh, give it 5 years in the AI. Yeah, when the AI thing is here, it's gonna be even worse, trust me. Because yeah, you'll be getting a universal income. But that'll be just for barely, probably not even for surviving. It'll probably be just barely enough for you to feed yourself. So again, because when the AI thing comes out, everything will increase in prices because everything will be controlled by AI, and the only way they'll make profits is if they increase prices. This is what I mean. Increase, expansion, and greed. The three fucking things that ruined our entire society, and they were there from the very fucking beginning. It was not that hard to see. So come on, people. It's time to start killing the rich before they kill off the poor. Because the rich aren't going to continue society. They're not going to be able to build a society themselves. They don't know how to fucking build anything. All they know how to do is build a portfolio, how to steal money, how to invest in the stock market. They're unneeded for the future of society. All they do is make it worse for the future doctors, scientists, engineers out there who are going to pretty much continue our civilization, evolve our civilization. They're pretty much just killing those people. Like, they will not be doctors, they will not be lawyers, they will not be engineers because they don't have the money, because they can't survive, because they're too busy struggling to meet ends meet. So yeah, that's why there's less people in STEM. That's why there's less people getting math degrees. Because why the fuck would we help you when you are literally just telling us, nah, you're not worth it? Well, fuck you, you're not worth it. So we're gonna kill you. That's simple. USA, males, women, you want life to be back to what it was? Something great, something useful, something that you can have a dream out of? Well, here it is. Start killing the rich before they start killing the poor. Because they've been doing it for a while now, and it's only going to get worse. The middle class is gone now? Well, hey, guess what? Everyone who was in the middle class before, you're next. You think the poor are the only ones who are going to get fucked? No. Everybody who is not in the top 10% is probably going to be absolutely fucked in the world. It's just facts, it is math, and you can do all the calculations yourself. It's going to fucking happen. So I say good luck to you all. Start looting stores. Obviously, don't start raping and killing random people like that. You're just being barbaric at that point. Make sure you have enough evidence to understand that a person is horrible, and then kill them. That's simple. And by horrible, I mean they have taken people's futures away. They have been involved in drugs, human trafficking, have been responsible for putting thousands of people homeless. These people do exist, and they're out there. And we need to tell them that we're fucking coming, and they better fucking run. They better hide like the fucking rat scum that they are, because when we find them, the terror they will feel will be nothing compared to the pain we will inflict upon them. And that is karma. An eye for an eye. That is the rebound of every negative thing that they have done to society. That is justice. That is true equality. That is true retribution. For all those of you out there that feel like you're slowly dying, starving, life is just horrible right now, buy guns, buy ammo. And when the time is right, we shall go to the White House. We shall go to every government official place, the NSA, whatever. Basically everywhere that the government is, we shall destroy, raze those buildings to the ground, and build a new society. One that is here for sustainability, for science, for the fucking future, rather than for now, for expansion, for greed.